on. The wind blowing y'all, so it's like, whew, got this oil on the NAGA. Anoint myself with this oil. Watch out for these stubby doves. They be jumping all over the place. We got that magnetic energy popping, son. You know what I'm saying? Semen sacredness is real, P. It's super real, see? Not just you swole and ripped up and chiseled and shit. And you eating fruits, berries, and melons and glowing through your body and your glands. No, it's not just that. You know what I'm saying? And you kind of look like you're reversing age a little bit. It ain't all that, man. It's about that energy. Hope y'all can hear me, man, because that wind is kicking. All right, I got it. Put that right there, little thuggy doves. They're going to be all over me because I ain't been over to the spot in a second. So, you know, they don't mess with nobody. They see me giving attention to the camera. They like, oh, no, you ain't finna do that. And put some oil on myself so I can make sure I keep the flies off of NAGA. The flies come around and let me know them little eyes are around. So the oil keep the flies up off you, believe it or not. Coconut oil. And it goes on with your aura too. Uh-oh. Come on, babies. Watch out. Get off the phone now. See how you just sabotage me like that? They work together too. They know how to do this stuff. They like work together. Hold on. They're smart. They love when I call them smart birds. Oh, they love that. They want to be told how smart they are. Animals actually know. It's a school. And so your job is to, you know, kind of build with them. All right, hold on, babies. Here, let me get them out the way real fast, y'all, so we can jump into this Kundalini energy, you know, cluster B personality, breaking it down, because we can go into the medical books now and break down cluster B personality. Peace. Hey, Antoine, what's happening? Hope I said it right. Antoine, peace, yo. We out here. I hope the wind ain't hurting the ears or the speakers. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to set it up. You know, Most High got me out here with the bears. And I'm grateful, though, just so we can show to the tribe that, yo, we can all do it. And we can do this without even being in each other's presence. It's the true first day. The new moon is the true first day of the next month, the first month, really. So, but they're going to say April Fools, but it's the first new moon right after, you know, the solstice or the equinox I'm at. Let me put this over here for me. I got a little crowd forming. They seeing the NAGA over here with birds feeding them and shit. They can't even look away. The birds want me to actually feed them though. They're like, nah, dog, you gonna have to feed us. I'm finna fix it up, y'all. We finna jump right in because it's a psychology too, P. And it's real quick. We ain't gonna have to get deep. I mean, we ain't gotta use big ass words. We can just use a few little words to be like, and I gotta really sit down and set up so I can put the receipts up and the actual connection to how this is all stemming out from the spiritual realm, because a lot of people want to break it down in the physical realm, and that's good. You know, we went through those cycles, but now we can put it together spiritually and physically. Like, yo, it went down like this, but also we had high upper room help too. You know what I'm saying? That told us how to do these things, so when we go around the world, we can teach these people of corn aggregation and agriculture and stuff like that. And there were actually, see, look, he did that on purpose. Y'all don't even know that he did this. Y'all don't even know that he knocked the phone over on purpose. I got a little cat too. I don't know them like that. We just know each other. We sit down and we chill together. They probably see me chilling with the animals. And they be like, man, he don't want to talk to us. Like, no, it ain't that. I just can't. I just can't sit there with your ass right now, man. We got the tribe thing. They know that the NAGA story is like a redemption story and shit. So it's like, yo, everybody got keys to the game, like got keys to the puzzle. But this is one of the biggest keys right here, because once we link up like this, oh man, the true Sabbath right now, this is the post-Sabbath. Only because of the fact that we're gonna put it together. I want all the Israelites and everyone's gonna be a worldwide Sabbath thing. Everybody's gonna be in tune. That's why nobody was able to successfully produce a savior on the mainland. They kind of doing it, but that shit's coming off because we got them angels up there running around, you know, taking shit out. And this is why that whole federal land, that's ours. We claiming that shit. That's why they got to get that up. Them was our mountains, man. You know what I'm saying? They got to get that up. It's finna go down. You know what I'm saying? It's finna go down. It's finna go down. God is great. You already know the Most High on the points of their attacking. They something else, and I got names for them. I know that seems crazy, but it really ain't, because we all are natural. We naturally like this. And when that light get up, yo, every one of us, all of us is going to feel the power just go through the whole collective. Every one of us first. It's going to go through the tribe first, and then it's going to trickle down to the rest of the people. And then when we get into the land in the upper room in our own self, boom. Somehow the powers that be, we're going to get that land unlocked over there like the game Grand Theft Auto. That land going to be unlocked for us over there, man. All that federal territory that can't nobody go to with all them temples over there, you know? And these temples basically just came about. We have Brahma temples, you got the Osiris temple, we got all these different temples, but we didn't know how to link it together before because we're seeing all our monuments all over the world and shit now. You know, I see it now clear as day. They take monuments, they ship them all over, and they put them in different places, and some of them do it on a big scale, and some of them do it on a small scale with a business or whatever. But our monuments and our sculptures and shit, you know what I'm saying, they actually found them. But we're gonna go ahead and be let out just like they asked to go travel to all our lands to where there's pyramids and faces, Angkor Wats on the mountains and shit. But we got to be up because we can't be out in the world right now with our madness because we still got cluster B personality. And this is what they're banking on when they provoke us. You know what I mean? When they try to provoke us, they want to see, are you at the heart chakra yet? You know, can you actually function out in the world? Because this is it's a crucial thing. And the way to do this is like you are the kings. And you're the priest kings. You're the gods. You're the god seeds. So basically what you can do is honor your inner light, your cosmic orbit. This is what makes you actually straight. You can actually do it. You ain't missing out on nothing if you're trying to have, you know, sex all the time. That's nothing. That's a feeling in the physical form. It's called corporeal form, a corporal form. So you got to, it's a spiritual thing that happens while you're in a corporeal body. And that's why you shouldn't take advantage, you know, not advantage, but just overdo it by having these orgasms, because spiritually you're a cosmic orgasmic experience, you know. And so when you master yourself, I'm talking about with this new, we got the energies working with us now, man, because this is the new moon, everything right now, the solar eclipse and Aries, we got Aries pushing us. But these next 2 days, we're gonna actually push it. And so we're gonna keep using the moon to keep pushing us through. This is what happens when we get to different Sabbath days. It's the different moon days, one of the important days of the moon. And this one we all get in tune with this. And our spiritual energy, I ain't have to read a book for this shit. This gonna come to you. Most High already told us this through all of our little examples through the world, even with Buddha, Taoism. We don't have to read all that shit. You would know what's right and what's wrong. Once you get a little bit elevated more after the stories start to come together, we're like, okay, boom, we know and understand that we are the actual, you know, ones that are the most ripened spirits on earth that deserve to be in a place of protection, you know, so they can further create, and not have to be able to, you know, always defend themselves because people are just, you know, narcissistically jealous of the supply that they want to have that they can't have. Because that's what we are to America, is a supply source. And so they've been using us as a resource to kind of fund their de facto, you know what I'm saying, currents and waste system, you know? So it's getting a little deeper now. Y'all. The wind's blowing, it's beautiful, but it's overcast, so it's leaning my daggone phone back. Peace to those who jumping into the game. So yeah. So these are the actual keys, because it's not about semen retention. It's not about getting money or, you know, getting some pussy and shit. It's about getting money, but it's about getting everything that you really need. You'll see and understand what you truly need to thrive in the world and be in it and not of it. We're striving to find a way to be able to have this money to us, because we don't have to necessarily work for the money. We're the natural beings. There's so much money stored up for us in our accounts and this federal shit and everything that we just sit still and start to master self spiritually, because we're more spiritual than everyone. All of that started coming to us now. I know you heard it so much online, like, yo, if you do this, all it comes to you. But when we do this, we're all connected. So it's going to spread like a web, you know, like a worldwide web to us. And so once we do it first, once we start doing it, boom, the light raises. Now we're in the first day. This is the first day of semen retention. You know what I'm saying? If we're ready, we're ready. We're going to start working out. We got to use what we use our productivity wisely, because once you sit idle and you low in your light, you will probably want to do something that is that'll produce some type of dopamine in you, which is eating some type of cooked food, or actually having sex with yourself or something. Because granted, if you're a man, you probably can call up a bust down, but your mate can't call up you can't just get anybody that you want, like that you at least want to bang for once in your life type shit, like a woman can. You know, it's a little different for her. But once you show that you got the actual power and the discipline, she can't go bang nobody. She only gets suckers after that. And who wants a sucker? Like, you know what I'm saying? And then he only can get hoes and shit. Who wants a hoe? So therefore, that leaves everyone to start refining themselves and start getting to a higher, start to become celibacy and start, you know, getting to a higher vibration. And therefore our tribe will start uniting and shit. Before you know it, you start hearing news that things is getting unlocked spiritually. Like, oh, now you get to go over, they got unlocked 40,000 acres of land that the first so only we kind of know about it and shit, because we meek, we done put in the work. Stuff like that is going on, you know what I'm saying, where you got angels working and warring for your ass up in the womb. Yeah, we're working out on this channel, but also it's a physical, it's a psychological thing, and it's spiritual too. I got a crowd behind my, I'm like, damn, these people is crazy. I'm trying to hold the phone up and the wind's blowing the window out and flies around. I turn around, I see white women with sunglasses on and shit. And it's cloudy as hell. Like, why you have the sunglasses on? You look creepish. Looking at a black man. No, I ain't a black man, but that's what they call niggas in America and shit. I heard a song called Black Men Are Delicious. And this came from a white woman. That was crazy. Anyhow though, boom. So, but working out, this helps with everything too, man, because this is like a byproduct. You actually know how to work out. There's a lot of people in the gym that work out, they don't understand how to work out, you know what I'm saying? So they're in there just picking up things and putting it down and just wasting a lot of time because they lack the nutritional side of the workout part. And with that nutrition, that's key, because if you don't have this nutrition down pat, you'll develop them damn parasites. I don't care, you can look so good but have parasites all in your ass and you're doing all kind of shit, still sipping spirits. You can sip some type of spirit, but you know, you can sip, but you'll be recklessly still because you're looking at your corporeal body like, yeah, I'm still healthy, I'm this, that, and the third, but you don't feel a certain way. You can look a certain way. It's an illusion to outside lookers who think that you may be happy, but you having that cluster B personality disorder, that attention from thousands of motherfuckers will actually wear on you because you have a deficiency. If you're a cluster B personality, you lack the actual sense of validation just from life itself. That's why you see a lot of individuals who's dealing with cluster B. Narcissism got a lot of awards. You know, they go and they have to appeal to man a lot. This is why they got certain things, certain women, certain men as status for them in this world. And this is how we got to break away from shit like that, because we're the status for America, right? To have us, people really come to America for a nigga. You know, you see a nigga up close, like this the nigga that created air conditioning and all that don't get paid for nothing. What if I trying to make him flinch? What are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Shit like that. Everybody just go see the lion just running around, the jaguar running around and shit. But yeah, but when we get that energy up though, they can't even get close. The energy is going to be connected to the atmospheric realm, which is where your actual ancestors is fighting for you right now. They're ready. They're like, nigga, we cleared out all the shit now. We finna get the Mormons up off the shit because they over in your land too. And they the ones coming over here trying to have a little extra, spiritual, galactical, federational type knowledge and shit. When we got the whole knowledge, you know? Because we already seen where they come from. When they reveal certain books to us, that's because they know that you're getting to a certain point that DNA-wise, you'll just catch on like that. You'll know how to dodge the hijack. Shout out to 432 Drop, you know what I'm saying? Because he put that term up in the game. We all connected now. We're all we're historians. We're all kings and shit. So we're all doing honors to each other. I don't need to get shout out, glory to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Because we're working right now. And anyone who's talking about any type of fruit or semen retention or whatever is working for the Most High. If you had a point where you can show and prove, if not, you're just working for me, you know, and that's cool too. Because if you got narcissism in it, you got to find a way to heal off that. A lot of people just gaslight and project, you know what I mean? And when they can't find a way or something to get in, like a crack in the armor or something. So the gaslighting and projecting tactic is pretty much one of the useful tactics that these anyone in their lower self use psychologically wise with the cluster B personality. And this I keep saying cluster B because we're not going to be throwing around narcissism a lot. Codependent issues and all of these things, that stems from the cluster B personality. Being codependent on someone else's acknowledgement. Being in the world and of the world type shit. That's how we do. I could be real and talk like that. I don't have to be sugarcoat nothing. I can just come right off. This is for the future anyways. You know what I mean? So, but now is when you heard this. So, and now it's knowledge in the culture that shows and proves your power. But today is understanding the cipher and show and prove that everything around you is in equality. You know, once you deal with the understanding and seeing clear with the mind's eye. But yeah, you know, your magnetic field get the drawing mugs in, you become true natural gods actually. Your light, you start living off the light of the actual S realm more. And these beings that's not of the world of you, you can tell when you're in there, when you're on their in their areas and stuff like that in the world, you can tell they don't have that actual light. It's like a zombie type thing. They try to do things spiritually where to take or whatever to feel certain vibrations that a nigga feel, man. And they know that niggas feel a certain way and a certain vibe. And this is where the envy comes in at. But you also can raise the light to the crown chakra. The code was given through the Bibles, even through their abrogation. There's a book called the OFFGRID. We're going to be building on that. Remember, we got to dodge the hijack and everything because they reveal certain Bibles to us and, you know, even the Anunnaki history, stuff like that, in certain ways to make us believe that, you know, it's all like a physical thing. And this is all spiritual, it's Kundalini, you know? And then that's how we connect with everybody. This is how we connect with the higher upper rooms. When we're pure in spirit, which is how to eating the right food, the light food, the liquid light, 80% of the time, eat some cooked food, maybe once a week, you know, maybe a couple times a week. We as Mississippians, we didn't eat meat every day. Probably ate that at the end of the week, every 2 weeks or so like that. You know what I'm saying? But now you eat it every day, you kind of mess up and give you parasites and all this stuff, and you're being influenced by, you know, just other light entities that's coming in through your audio systems or your audio devices through the pan mixing button on a mixing board console that they use to tweak different frequencies and pitches to get these beings up in this joint, because they ain't left past the firmament. They go from world to world, or we're gonna say how most I say from circle to circle, because every world is a circle. It's a world like that, not a sphere. You know what I'm saying? The sphere is just the absolute atmosphere, which your ancestors is in, which they're getting ready to graduate to go outside. But the ones who are right now to get outside of the firmament to go to be naturally true Etherians, which are the full bloom flower that you're supposed to be, and then you continue on evolving. These are resurrections that you have, and these beings are trying to stop you from that. So to stop you from that, they want to keep you on the earth, which is more physical shit. Eating physical things make it seem more appealing to you, shitting on your culture, you know, and they'll use your own people against you, because why? They have the same cluster B personality, but they gaslight and projecting on you so much that they're relying on you to actually have it pathological. So they'll market the ones that actually have this pathological type of disorder, and they'll market it to the world like, see, look at these niggas, they ain't shit, they killing each other, they doing this, and oh, look at this, he only wants you for your money, You gotta do the knowledge to this, because, you know, when you've been under a certain type of entity and been, you know, under molesting spirits, these spirits that you can't see, they are the ones who have rulership over you, due to the fact that these parasites reside up in your ass. Now, these unseen things, they use these parasites as like biological technology. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, most high, for the download. I got beans coming through like I want them next to me and stuff. But it's cool though, you know what I'm saying? But that's how it be though, you know what I'm saying? But if I was to do that, it'll be a crime, you know what I'm saying? But naturally, everything's gonna change around because the Most High's up there doing that work. When the false Christ Luamon tried to come and establish his Christ doctrine on our side of the world, our ancestors wasn't having it. That's why it isn't, you know, successfully established. Nobody's really believing in it too tough, you know what I mean? And so now you see no religion and none of that can last on us. I got ear hustlers all around me. I do want to move the phone, but they can't. They just can do it. When you're dealing with personality disorder too, you got to also do this. You got to also know this. Offensive behavior happens, and a lot of individuals don't understand the science of offensive behavior. You know, when you're dealing with you're not dealing with the God part of your brain, you're dealing with the animal side of your brain, they won't be able to, or the insect side of your brain, or reptilian or whatever, you won't understand murder like that, or cheating on your spouse. You know what hurts you, that's the only way I understand that would hurt them. So this is why they do that. So to not have feelings for another individuals, this is where that narcissism come in at, psychopathy. This is real because it happens in our culture. You know what I'm saying? And it happens upon people who are like loud. They're like, if you ever been sitting down and you probably been reading a book and a mug come and they're so intrigued by you that they're walking their dog, they'll let their dog go further on the leash to get closer to you, to allow their dog to be that reason to get close to you. And they're like, oh, or to allow their dog to be off of the leash and call their dog back to them, like, but multiple times. And so it's almost like, why would you allow your dog to do that? You know what I'm saying? If you don't have control over your animal. So the thing is that normally you wouldn't let your dog off of a leash, even if you're in a dog park, and let it approach another dog, especially if it's like a bulldog or a pit bull that's off the leash. Someone who doesn't have their dog trained, it can be some hellish shit going on. So you got to be wise with certain things. So anyhow, though, this supposed to be stems from, you know, our downfall in our spiritual nature, but also when you're dealing with someone, it's gonna trigger someone it's gonna trigger people too. But when we're talking about this Cabbage Patch whole situation, this has been proven to show and prove as facts. Like there were kids that were created in laboratories, right? And these people that was created in laboratories, they were recessive, genetically altered beings, GMO type of beings. And so they were raised without having a foundation, which is like a mother and a father. They were given mothers and fathers, and they wanted to mimic, you know, a culture that could raise orphans. So anyhow, though, that was our culture, because we took in orphans and raised them as our own. So anyhow, these beings, they came and got major jobs on our land, but without no birth certificates and none of that. And they kind of went all over the world doing this, showing up in Hawaii, going to all the Divine Triangle in the Pacific, you know, and they're showing up without no legal right to even be there. They're just exploring and shit at this point. So when it gets to that, their cluster B personality is I deserve whatever I come across. I have a severe entitlement issue because why? I feel abandoned by the world. Nobody loves me. Nobody knows me. You know, this, that, and the third. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? Nobody knows me. Yeah, none of that shit. So I need to go have my own. I'll take yours. You know, and it develops a parasitic nature. And so with this gaslighting and projecting with natural people who haven't developed their spiritual nature all the way, it's kind of like when you deal with a species who know how to make man like this, they do this on different worlds to get to species who haven't fully developed in their spiritual nature with the all spirits, or the all source, not all spirits, but the all spirit, the all source, you know, the all light. They haven't developed that connection yet. And so they can gaslight and project their weak insecurities on the mother. But when you're dealing with a world who's already been through that type of stuff, just like a person who's been through a relationship and they've seen all this narcissistic type of stuff, they've been like, oh man, I know that. You can't play that game on me, G. You know what I'm saying? It's the same difference. So they kind of relying on your naiveness. And so, yeah. All right, y'all. Damn, we in the game, y'all. You know, they be popping in and out. So, paying our tithes, man. This is the way. They took it from us. They tried to do it. They see that they can get as high on the ladder as we can. And so this is very important, as we don't need to be together at this physical moment, but this is going to be for the future. So we're starting off right now, man. The first day, right after the new moon. We're using every moon cycle, as every sacred day of the moon, as the Sabbath. If the Sabbath doesn't fall on Saturday, we don't really use that day as a rest day. Everything got to be designed around that moon day in order for you to develop success and get that true light. Because it's not going to work no other way, man. The Most High's kingdom is getting established on the earth right now, G. And it's a big thing going on. Your ancestors working really hard just to even get this information to you. You didn't know how much shit had to go down. A lot of stuff. Maybe we're back in the game, though. Let me know if it works. I'm sitting on the tree. I had to hold the tree. It was funny, though. But I got a crowd over there looking at me. They think I'm probably using the phone to look at them. Look at those. What's happening, y'all? Let's say hey to everybody. Hey, what's up? It's that magnetic attraction, man. They know I ain't got no food on that side of the hand. They smart as hell. They know that I got the phone. They know y'all over there. You know what I'm saying? They know already. They just come over here to be chilling and maintain it with a knock. I want to sit down on the ground right here too. Look, he want to come over, look at him. He's like, he want to come say how they love, G. So most I had to separate a knock, and this is not like tooting no horns and nothing like that, but it got me by myself, G. You know what I'm saying? And it's like broadcasting back to the family, like, yo, this is one of the things we have to do. And, you know, because he'll let us talk about shit all day. You know what I mean? He'll let us say a lot of things, like, you know, we can figure out the information, but once we do this, like stuff like this, you see that he's laying on my leg. I ain't got no food on my leg. You know what I'm saying? Once we do stuff like that, once we get that light up, G, it's a wrap. Because some of us is ready, G. That's how you unlock the junk DNA. I know it sounds crazy. That's why they get you for. Shout out to our brother Samson, man. You know what I'm saying? All right, so we back. So, you know, esoteric secret. Let me know if it's popping in and out if y'all in the game or not, man. Hopefully it ain't, because I'm sitting here like boom, boom, boom. All right. The way I am, I'm the only knocker outside, so I'm the only one with the soul over here. And I got the birds. You can tell I got the soul. And it's not to toot my own little horn or nothing. And I'm sitting here, and you can tell the difference. That's all. You can tell the difference. And it's not in a big way or small way. The millionaires know, man, when they come up to a knocker. They know that a knocker's rich. You know, over here, they're a little bit more snobby, so they know, like, damn, once they realize that I know some things, even about health, like, I ain't got to put the spiritual nature up in there and all. I could just talk about straight health. And that it's like, damn, this motherfucker know this. I didn't know. He walking around with the bag and shit. I didn't even know. They know they supposed to be getting trained. A couple of them have, but, you know, that's how it be sometimes. But I ain't really looking for them. It's the ones online that I be chopping it up with. You know what I'm saying? Peace, Twan. Appreciate it, Antoine. Yo, peace to the God. That's what we is. We is that. So anyhow, though, we was built on that cluster B because this will help us put it all together. The cluster B is in the ICD-9, ICD-10, and we'll see. Because you know they hide it in all these books. I think it dawned on me about, man, how many years ago now? You know, it was 2010 or something like that. It started to come together to me. Like, damn, this is what we got. Everything started coming together. So Most High was moving me around and giving me these little downloads as time went on. I didn't know I was doing semen retention for that. You know what I'm saying? For the purpose. You know, he got it lined up to like, yo, okay, it's a chakra system thing. And by the time I was ready to receive that knowledge, I was like already up like 8 months. And then things started to get more revealed to a knock of like, okay, your health starts to be it starts showing a whole nother way. Your cells start getting more clear. Your thoughts, you won't have them ruminating thoughts. When you're low, you'll have them. Anytime when Mercury retrogrades happen, boom, you won't be as strong in your mental. You know what I mean? And if you're a Mercury ruled sign, like a Virgo, Gemini, you know what I'm saying, you'll have a harder time. I think it's another Mercury ruled sign too. No, it's just that, you know what I'm saying? But anyhow, though, like Mercury and Gemini for sure. You know, you can actually be the ones that's more effective at that point. But you can use that as a time to actually hone in your psychic skills, which is, you know, you're gonna already be on point because your psychic skills are gonna start getting more and more on point because now as you raise up the light, the universe starts to bless you. Like the Most High know you're paying your tithes. Yeah, you start paying your tithes. You know what I mean? Which this is the paying your tithes way. People talk it, but they won't walk it. But once we start doing it, we set ourselves apart from everyone. Because now it's like women are true women, the strongest ones. Oh man, they gonna honor us, G. And they the ones that don't give it away. Like they won't do shit like that. They actually honor you. And that light will start to show. Now we won't be, you know, trying to murder, death, kill. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause some of those genes we gotta really don't know if you got these type of characteristics. You know, you got these genes, but you know if you can get mad, you can fuck somebody up. You may have the kill gene, the kill switch. Have all of them together, you know. And with the cluster B personality, you know, you can develop kleptoisms and all of that stuff. Hence, we're dealing with it from a whole world perspective. On my hip. From a whole world perspective, who's dealing with that OPP stuff. They always want other people's property and shit. And so, you know, once you see it, when you get out of the world, out over there, you'll see it. You'll be like, damn, this is what y'all really do. And y'all they got funded for a time. the planets was lined up and it favored them. And they knew our history that, you know, Osiris or Etherian god taught us the science of the zodiac and how to plant food and things of that nature. And we were a little different anyways. Niggas was a little different anyways according to the WASP. I'm going to jump back into that because when we're dealing with man, the man is basically geared around cluster B personality. And his whole thing will spiral down if he doesn't have any type of help or inspiration from a higher vibratorial being to help inspire him to move, to go up. So this is why in the flesh niggas is around these, so-called Caucasians, because we was able to inspire them more than the African ones than the Moors in Africa, because they couldn't even inspire them to do things that we do, that we're inspiring them now. That's why they interviewed us so much. They're like, wait a minute, hold up, you do this and so they created a media because we were so intriguing, you know what I'm saying, peculiar, every one of us individually wise. You know what I'm saying? They was just like, damn, hey, what's up, Swift? What's happening? I call this bird Swift. You know what I'm saying? So they knew. And so, knowing that a mug didn't have dependency on people, this is where they created this whole dependent situation. I'm talking about a whole government situation where everything's really supposed to be the republic. But it's a whole government situation. Most I already warned us, my people is not supposed to be a part of the government. They're supposed to be separate and they living on their own. This, that, and the third. But a lot of us succumb to that cluster B personality and wanted to take, the physical things to validate us and give us some type of validation, which is basically a false validation because it's all physical. They're on most side right there. Boom. You know what I'm saying? And so it give us a false validation, a false sense of rulership that we have something. It's not that you love money, because that's a false translation as well. You won't love money because if you love something, you have an understanding of it, and that's not a root to evil. If you understood money, that's not going to be the root to evil, because naturally money is supposed to be, everybody's supposed to be on the even playing field, but we all knew and understood that there was a science, that powers that were actually spiritually and with necromancy in a time of your dark period, use that opportunity, because they're opportunists when you're dealing with cluster B personality disorders. They're very opportunists. You think of Sagittarius as opportunists, man. Cluster B in anybody, and the whole zodiac enlightens it. But they'll take the opportunity to further do you in even more. These are wars against the Most High Creator because you went at it with His people. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's happening, Mason? What's going on? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? So he went into it with his people. And with a narcissist, man, they want to always go against you. Go against something to see. Oh yeah, let's see. You know what I mean? But they had a time, and that's okay. But most I show that we've been creating. Some see what bro say. What's good, fam? What's starting to be on the tree? I eat that in the daytime. You know what I'm saying? More than I can. I didn't go out to go get no fruits right now, but I'm getting the sun because it's out. And that's feeling good. I got a little bit of electrolytes in the water, so when the sun starts to go down, and I smoke herb, that curbs the appetite too. It'll curb hunger, motherfucker. And clothing and homelessness too at the same time, because you can build with the actual stalk. You can actually use the fiber of the stalk. When you take the fiber out of the stalk, use it as clothing because it's alkaline, and you can take the actual herb of it, make it a tea, and you see this a fruit because it got seeds up in it. You can actually smoke this fruit esoterically, and then what it do, it makes you cough up the flim-flam filth about your chest. Man, you be coughing up all the time. You realize if you ever been sitting there, if you're a real herb smoker, man, you got some good ass weed, you sit there, you're gonna be spitting all the damn time. What you spitting up? Flim-flam filth out the lungs. So when they talking about it ain't good for you and shit, it's cleaning your lungs out every time. The motherfuckers know. Shit, they know that shit coughs you cough the deepest shit about you. You don't even know why you're getting the lungs. So it coughs and gets all that shit up out of everywhere. And you got cannabinoids, and it's helping you like spiritually. Most I gave it to you. You wouldn't be giving it to you. That's why they're against it. They don't want you smoking that, man. They hate that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why they put in dispensaries and turn it against you and make sure they cause further wormholes in you so you can turn your kundalini. So warn your kundalini, turn the opposite direction so you can be codependent on them in some form of fashion. So you can be their supply source. Codependency. Enable them to do bullshit to you. So when you finally break up from them, you thinking like, damn, maybe I should go back to them. Develop Stockholm syndrome. We at that point where we should not go back. No more, nigga. Like we're about to break away and they know it. And it's like, oh shit. If niggas really break away and they take all their athletes, nigga, we have a whole country. Why wouldn't they want us to be free like that? And we have our own gardens. We have our own corn. Shout out to We Know the Truth now. Shout out to Truth. You know what I'm saying? We be rolling the corn. Our own goddamn on self. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't be needing nobody. Because why? We're not codependent. We only deal with the Most High. And we're so mysterious that they're like, damn, these dudes make songs up and for everything. Just to make a song up lets you know that there's a such thing as a creator or all spirit. You know, that's our music. So yeah. Hey, Jim Lotus, what's happening? That's my dude. Man, you're the moderator. He jumped in the other day. I couldn't even read it, man. Jim Lotus, Mr. Lotus, I call him. He's been around since day one. Since I've been on the other channel, since they hacked me over there, he seen me go through it. I had locks down to my damn ass almost, man. And then I reset it on the day it had to be. It was like it was all the planets in retrograde. I knew I had to reset it. It was thick too, and it started the journey back over again to show brothers from the source again. You know, it wasn't time before, but yeah. Anyhow though, Antoine, right on time. Even when I rhyme, I don't try, and I find. That's right, bro. Yes, automatic. That's automatic writing. And so there's a book called Owaspy, and some of our brothers is getting indoctrinated back with that Owaspy. So we're going back to that codependency thing. That's where we got to shake this shit, because anytime they put something in front of us, we kind of run to it and like, oh, this is our savior. You know what I'm saying? We'll look at a celebrity and be like, that motherfucker's our savior and shit. It's like, hold up, man, hold up. Most High is going to show the power and we're going to get the glory right from the inside. Like, yo, we got it just like this, B. And so, yeah, so I was going to say, hold on, wait. Something I was going to say about that, but, oh yeah, the automatic writing. You know, it's a man that wrote the Owaspy, they say. I'm like, yo, they done found this information already, information in our libraries and shit. So we knew the science of dying. And that was how far in the game we were. We knew the science of death. And we had interships going back and forth. We knew the other worlds too. Or the other worlds, and also we knew the other lands that wasn't as advanced as ours. That's why they wanted America so much. We had everything. And we had the earth. We didn't have to make too many things that was horrible. We still like to use good old-fashioned man work. Because if you think about it, man, the trains, oh man, that's very sophisticated in its own self, Pete. Because if you got on the train and you rolled it, it's not down a regular highway. It's like through the mountains and valleys and shit that you wouldn't even never see. It's like sightseeing through your land. We was already at that point. And we was already dealing with beans, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, all fruits, 80% fruits, yo, 80% fruits at nighttime. You know, I get the sunflower seeds now, you know what I'm saying? I like sunflower seeds, and I'm trying to wean myself off of peanuts because I love them so much. I can eat peanuts with bread, it'd be like peanut butter. But when I do cheat days, I'm gonna get all the way into it, G, because, you know, it's like, I'm a foodie, but at the same time, I know if it comes to famine and shit like that, you gotta know what and how much you can survive, how far you can go without dying damn near and shit, you know what I'm saying, or exhausting or something, you know, and seeing what you do in your day, you know, and seeing how the body can go. The body can go for a long time. My normal days were every 72 hours, I'll eat something like cooked then, and then everything else was just fruit, and I'll eat a leaf, like kale. I go to the farmer's market and get kale, B. And I have your skin right, but I can't get kale over here and shit because they cost so daggone much. And they act like they don't want to get a NAGA no food and shit. So I just had to wait. We back in the game. Wisdom over here, she's so daggone bad. She come over here looking, she think it's I don't know what, G. I'm trying to tell y'all, and she's staring me down. I'm over here, I got bummy shoes on, see my shoes. It don't even matter, man. They be on your asses. See what happened. It says don't mess with the Hemi. You already know. It says, yo, Mason, yeah, we definitely gonna build. Definitely get It's the beginning, yo. We trying to keep this thing going, man. You know what I'm saying? It's the year of the serpent. It's you know, it's just real. Mastering the physical and the underworld, which is the next world. You know what I mean? But you can do all that while we in the easy. And that's why they want to kill your ass and do all that shit, because you know you're coming with the cream. They want to do all that. But once you get out of their jurisdiction for a second, like world-wise, we'll be on. Yeah, man, Jim Lotus, that's my dog. It says, okay, cool, I'll go and buy some black bean burgers. That's on point. Yeah, black bean burgers, shoot. You know, eating right after the workout, that's cool. That actually works. I don't do it no more. but I have done it and it worked. Like now I'm not really gaining, I'm just seeing how far you go without losing and what's the limits and stuff like that. But I have done it though, where I used to be like, I gotta take this and I gotta do this, like right when I work out, after I work out, you know what I'm saying? But I've mastered it down to a point where, okay, a dang on candy bar at work, or a righteous candy bar, or whatever kind of candy bar you like, but we're into the get the F out the way type of thing. We're putting that into the game too. We're gonna get out the way, you know what I'm saying? The whole little, you know, the dairy shit, you know what I'm saying? We're getting out the way. Let men get out the way. Let them do that. Let all the little workout YouTubers, we're just gonna show you from the bottom to the top. And that's what they don't really want. They know it's a threat. They're like, nigga, hold up. This nigga out here, from the bottom to the top, G. That's all it is, and it's not even got no ego with it, because it's giving glory to the Most High Creator. Like only the Most High can do this shit, because I done been through some situations, man. I know Most High got me up out of, and I'm grateful. I mean, through the whole life, shit. But for sure now, because it's like, you know, and then you'll see. Everyone who's been through something, we're gonna be getting even more deeper. I'm getting more situated, but I'm out here, and it's a little bit more important. They never seen a NAGA before, like where I am, and being able to still be functioning and still be happy and shit. And then they see how I'm like kind of straight and I draw women up, but I'm not, because a lot of men be coming up to me too, you know. And I mean, I don't care who they is. They be rich as hell. They be rich, or they'll be poor, or they're on drugs or whatever. But I deal with them all in equality and shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't be standoffish with them or nothing, but they see that women actually like to come up to a NAGA. You attract a lot of women too. I'm not the superest finest motherfucker. It don't even matter. They're gonna see the light. These mothers is like, oh shit, these women is in the gym. They actually working out for a NAGA, man. That's really, you can have them as friends. You ain't gonna have to marry them. Most times, like, yo, if you really want to marry them, you got to bring them back to the tribe and let them do it with us for about a year. You bring the damsel back. That's what I'm saying. You bring the damsel back and hang with us for about a year. If she's cool, hey, we good. But usually it takes, man, if she good after a year, then that's your one. But I already know that ain't gonna be your one, but you know. Shit, it's like, this is like that, man. So right now, this season, I think as far as like, you know, us, you know, banding together, all of anything that we really want, anything that we want will actually manifest, because we're sharing this kundalini. You're sacrificing the biggest thing you can sacrifice. It's not about killing yourself. It's a sexual energy. For one, noticing that you've been molested by molesting spirits that get you to do things, whether it's rob another motherfucker, or, you know what I'm saying, or have sex with whoever, you know, whatever. Gee, that energy is being under attack, and this is how they get to you. So when they get through all those energies, this is how they market to your spirit, your afterlife, which is the other serpent, which is the underworld serpent. You know, we came up with the double-headed serpent shit. You know what I'm saying? This is from Mississippi. I'm from Mississippi, pure blood, Mississippi NAGA. You know what I mean? Mama and them, all of them, man. I had to move up to Mississippi I had to move up the Mississippi River. It's a divine thing, man. How the hell I had to go up to the top of the Mississippi and learn certain things the way the world taught? It's just crazy. Still had the vibe of still wanting to be the way I am now. I knew this since then. You know what I'm saying? They attacked me then. You know, they didn't want my smile. I was like, they didn't even want that. They made sure they had a brother kick them. He got some other. This is the beginning of your life, man. You know, as far as like your resurrections, you care about your semen. You care about your sacred light up in you. This is gonna be for forever now. You ain't gonna never wanna go back ever again, man. You're gonna never go back to your old ways, man. And if you do, you're gonna feel ashamed. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be more of a shameful thing. So definitely we're not watching porn no more. That's the first step, because that'll take away the thought. And when you take that thought away, you're eating with them fruits. You know what I'm saying? You're actually happier. You're actually planning your days. You're planning your workouts. You may do a 2 a day. You may be the type that need to do a 2 a day, and that's good. If you're a man, you damn near need to be doing a 2 a day, because once you start working out, you know you want to work out. 2-3 days of working out, you gonna start it now. You know what I'm saying? Don't stop. Don't stop after that, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to go back. You got the energies, the cosmic energies, and everything that's pushing you forward. Now you got your brothers with you that's gonna be supporting with the light journey, because that's what we own. We have family with this part, because we got to, because it's gonna allow us to honor each other as men, and we won't even be thinking about no low sexual shit amongst each other's family and shit like that. If the women know, everybody will be in their own cosmic orbits. You know what I'm saying? But as priests, as that's how we out in the world, we the most sought after men anyway. So we can be like, yeah, you know, we're gonna talk some shit. to each other and like, yeah, but you'll know if you went low, if you're under attack by a spiritual entity around you. Certain little signs is certain winds and certain your goosebumps or whatever, all that comes around like a mug. You know, this is every time you come across anybody. I'm not coming across Nagas on a regular basis. So our energy is a little different. You just have to read through it, just like how you can read a nigga, you can really read a nigga and shit. That's different. You know, when you're reading like other people, you don't really read them. They reveal themselves to you if you're in tune enough. If you can get within their bubble, you can feel it before you even approach. Once you start expressing energy towards out, that goosebump defense mechanism starts to come up. You already know you're about to come across some demonic evil motherfucker, but you're offering salutations to this motherfucker. But you know this, you ain't got too much time. Even though you're a rich motherfucker, yeah, you still don't like that energy right there. You know what I'm saying? But you're able enough to give them good energy and carry on with their day. You know, and but you'll start noticing that. And with brothers, you'll notice it instantly, because with brothers, you know they know better. You know better because we were once all connected, like an ascended race, man. And the only thing we needed to get down pat was the physical nature of things. The spiritual nature, we was already in tune, G. We are already in tune, and that's by the grace of the Most High Creator, as being a chosen people and being most ripened spiritual people on the face of the earth. This is how we went around to the rest of the world and taught all of our science, and basically a science of agriculture, and teaching people how to eat instead of chasing food and killing it and bleeding it and waiting for it to drain so you can eat it. I did a video some years ago talking on my old channel talking about somebody taught you how to kill food, like chase it and cook it and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? We didn't teach you how to do that. So the lower entities and molesting spirits, when they see you going down low, the more parasites you get into you, the more worms you develop. Your eyes get yellow and shit. You're drinking Coca-Cola and Coke, all this shit, man. It's just like it's just effed up, G. So when we're dealing with this refinement stage, detoxing stage, it's an everyday detoxing thing. It's all good. You're gonna work on yourself every single day for the rest of your life and for forever.